she was okay. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Haunted House, the only haunted house on YouTube where you can get a professional tarot card reading from a haunted house in a creepy graveyard. Tonight is the happy hour, and I've got the $5 taco boxes. I have got the 1111 love readings, the $15 triple X love reading, as well as the $20 past, present, future, or $30 general reading. I also get the free yes, no, how, when. So I'm just gonna put some things in the chat. And, hey Tiffany, how are you, sweetheart? Did you have a good weekend? Hey Ravi. Hey Ravi. I'm just gonna call you Ravi, like Ravi Shankar. I hope y'all have had a good day. I have mostly been couch rotting. I was as useless as a snail today. After taking my dad to see his oncologist doctor. So that went well. We'll have to rescan in June, but better safe than sorry. I also found out that my my dad's oncologist, her name is Angel, which I think is a very beautiful name, and very cool as well to have an oncologist with a name like that. I always just called her by her last name, doctor, or whatever her last name is, but today I got to find out what her first name was, like what she likes to be called. But yeah, it's Monday. It's Cinco de Mayo. I thought I would come outside and do some live tarot, see if anybody was around, hang out with y'all, and see if I hear any chanting in the woods. Because something that's like really creepy about this place is sometimes there's chanting in the wood, but it usually always happens on mostly on Cinco de Mayo weekend or on Cinco de Mayo, which it's been so loud around here today, I'm not sure that I've heard anything, but the later it gets, it's weird. It's like the creepier it gets on Cinco de Mayo. I don't know what it is. Hey Molly, I think you sent me some text messages, but I've been about as useless as a snail today. In fact, the snail's pretty important to the ecosystem. I'm less important to the ecosystem today. I just, after the oncology doctor visit, I was just out of it. I had insomnia last night, so I don't think I looked at your text message. I mean, maybe I dreamed that you sent some text messages. Did you send some text messages, honey? Does that look like the link for... I'm gonna have to do that again. Hey Kat, how are you? Welcome to the channel. I'll just do it like this. I'm gonna go read the chat mode. Yeah, I bought a share into another racehorse. It's a colt, and his full brothers are big famous winners. Nice. Oh, it's only a yearling. Aw, it's a bubbies, a bubby horsey. Okay, I'm looking at your text. Oh my God, he's beautiful. Oh, what a sweetheart. I love horses. Horses are like I just love them so much. He's beautiful. I think I told you I had a horse when I was a little girl. Her name was Sweet Eyes, and she was a white horse, and she had like black spots. I don't know what kind of horse that is, and she had blue eyes. So let me see, what kind of horse is white with black spots like a Dalmatian? But she literally looked like a Dalmatian with blue eyes. Isn't that weird? Oh my God, I had an Appaloosa horse. I was a lucky little girl, wasn't I? Yeah, that's what she was, an Appaloosa. And I had forgotten that. Wow, thanks, Molly. Yeah, I had a horse when I was a little girl. Hey, Ari, how are you? God, I'd love to have another horse. 25 hands high. Knock a mother trucker in the face like that. I think horses are so wild and majestic and incredible creatures. $100 isn't bad. There's a gorgeous draft horse at Churchill Downs. It's Appaloosa, some draft breed. Nice. I might step away to check dinner, but I'll be here if anybody wants to get a free yes or no, or get a paid reading. Also, grief counseling sessions are back open. They're open again, so if you need a grief counseling session, it's also only $1 per minute, private and public. I just had to turn them off for a little while because grief counseling sessions were just not in order for me while Dad was going through his cancer research, as I call it. And you know what? Alex is like, it's May and it feels and smells like fall out here. I'm freezing. Freezing my Greek statue off. But I don't know, I've been cooped up all day. I thought I'd come outside for a little bit. How would y'all say y'all act when y'all like someone? Like, describe yourself. Well, Molly could tell you about me. It's very difficult for me to be attracted to someone and get to that point, to where I'll even talk to them. You know, it's probably usually me sitting there with a box of tissues crying. That's me in love, yeah. That's how I act when I like someone. Yeah, because I have agoraphobia and people freak me out. It doesn't mean that I'm not attracted to people as friends or think they're a lovely person or that they have a lovely face, but as far as being attracted to someone, Ari, it's very rare for me. So when I do like someone, like I said, how do I act? Me in a box of tissues. Crying myself to sleep. You're right, it's not funny, but it is funny. Hey JD, it's good to see you. How have you been, sweetheart? It's been a long time. What you doing, girl? I'm demi-romantic, and it takes hell of a bond or connection for me to think about liking them. Yeah, which is very different from asexual, because I believe asexuals, every single one of them is unique unto each other. And it's been very strange. See, when I first identified with asexuality, it was as a young girl, it was as if, the definition at the time was more like someone who's without sex. Someone who doesn't have sex. Someone who's, they're just asexual. They're not gay, they're not bi, they're not, they might not even be straight. They're just without sex. And then it has changed very much over the last decade or so. I don't think that he's an ace like me. I think that he is definitely a demi-romantic, more like you. He could be on the verge of ace, but at the same time, he's attracted enough to multiple people to be able to do what he does. But he still has to have that bond with them to do what he does. Yeah, he's definitely 1,000% demisexual. I don't know about an ace though. At least personally, with me being an ace, you never know what you're gonna get. I might be asexual tomorrow and trisexual the next day. I'll try anything once. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to make you laugh, Molly. But for sure, I am a snob sexual. JD, and well as can be frustrated by the work, yeah. Ruby. I think Molly and I have known each other for 15 years. And it'll be the first time in 15 years that I probably told her anything about how I feel about anybody. Because there hasn't been anybody that I've been attracted to. It's not like that. "15 years is a long time to go without being attracted to someone like that. 15 years is a long time, I think, to people are mostly like, oh, you just gotta go out and meet somebody. Just go to a bar. Like, no. If I'm going to a bar, I'm gonna be playing rock and roll, and then I'm gonna be leaving after they pay me. That's about it. Or I'm gonna go and see a band, that I know that I like with a friend that I can trust. And be packing all the way. And if it's not a gun, it's gonna be a taser or pepper spray. And I will use it if somebody touches me. Yeah, it's a connection thing. But yeah, usually it's mostly like, you know, just me with my thoughts.
You cannot be outside with t-shirt.
No, it's cold, Daddy, you're right. How's the food looking? Do I need to, how's the food looking?
I'm going to check it out and put some more stuff in it.
Did you put any potatoes in it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna come in and make some more stuff for it in about 15 minutes. We're making 15 bean ham soup, but it's not, it's just called 15 bean ham soup on the bag because it's got 15 different beans in the bag, and then it comes with a packet of vegan ham seasoning, which is absolutely delicious. I don't know how they make it, but oh my god, it's so good. So put a lot of vegetables like carrots, onions, potatoes, peas, broccoli, and then you got the 15 beans, and then you put the ham seasoning, the vegan ham seasoning, which I wish I could find the vegan ham seasoning like outside of that bag of beans. The ringer brings back so many memories. I don't even set my ringers to anything. Like, I'm pretty sure the iPhone has a lot of like special ringers and special tones and everything I could use for that kind of stuff. But I just that was Larry's ringer. Oh no, that's gonna trigger me. You mean when it makes that sound for text? Okay, I'm gonna have to change it. You'll have to teach me your ways, wise one, with iPhones. I can change it because now that's gonna trigger me every time I hear it. It's gonna trigger me because of Larry. Oh, he's definitely an idiot. Okay, yeah. Alright. Ari, have you ever had your heart broken? I'm just curious. I guess some people just like alky pieces of shit, Molly. Pardon my French, you too. Hey Horizon, welcome to the haunted house. Hope you're having a good night, or day, or wherever you are on Earth, or the universe. How he could get so drunk and then eat canned beef stew. Ugh, so gross, so gross. You know, I used to think he was really good for you. And then when I saw the amounts of alcohol that he drank, I was like, he drinks like a fish. Couldn't find it. Yeah, you're right, he couldn't find it. He had to ask me where it was. He's not the brightest star in the sky, but he could be. I think he would have been a really good partner, husband, friend, and father to your children. I think you guys would have been really great for each other, but he has a sex addiction and an alcohol addiction, and maybe even a drug addiction that we don't know about. And when I started seeing that toxicity, I was like, yeah, we're gonna nix this guy in my mind. We're not manifesting him anymore for her. So then I just manifested someone like me for you. Because that's what you need. You need someone who understands you. You need someone who will listen to you. You need someone who will not treat you like, you know, a piece of meat. You need someone who's spiritual, kind, and cares about you. You know, that's what everybody needs. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Okay, a good bosom. What's FAA? Oh. Well, FAA doesn't play with drugs, but you know there are there are a lot of drugs that you can take that can just be right out of your system within 24 hours. That's what I'm talking about, Molly. Just like the way Tylenol or over-the-counter painkillers are. They don't stay in your system for too long. I mean, unless the FFA is doing, nail and hair testing for drugs, you're not going to find cocaine. If it's every once in a while kind of thing, or even if it is like a full-blown on addiction, meth, like maybe he likes to do meth every once in a while or something. Maybe he has a painkiller addiction we don't know about, but he's definitely not there. That's good to ask either. I don't know what's worse. Grief counseling people who have drug addictions, alcohol addictions, or sex addictions. It's kind of strange. Ultimately, usually, the grief counseling sessions end up with a therapist, or you trying to find them a therapist. Like, remember that time we were trying to find you a therapist that wouldn't make you cry? I'm glad you found Morgan. That bitch who raked you over the coals. Oh my God. And made you cry. I'll never forget that. Hey Maria, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome back to the Chammy. Hey Shamanta, yes, I'm doing well, sweetheart. I hope you're having a good evening, day, week, month, year. Thanks so much for coming by. That was like my first cup of coffee today. I made a Colombian coffee, which is my favorite, with a little cream and apple pie spice, and a dash of stevia erythritol. I like that stevia erythritol mix. Stevia, I prefer it and erythritol because while raw sugar is okay, it's still sugar at the end of the day. And sugar, when you eat sugar, it actually makes your brain think you're hungry when you're not. So if you have an emotional eating disorder like I do, you cannot eat sugar. And if you do, you've got to really try to be in control of yourself emotionally. If you have an emotional eating disorder like I do. Will he settle in the U.S.? I hope so. I told him, okay, well, David won a big award for the entire county best employee. I told him congratulations, and I noticed he had no ring on him, but then again, he never did. And Walter is nice and happy with me, and I'm happy, but I would love to ask a yes or no question. Okay, honey. Is that the question you want to know about? Is that your yes or no question, sweetheart? You want to ask that question about David? Spirit, what does Shamanta need to know about settling in the U.S.? Will they settle in the U.S.? I'm calling forth their most strongest and trusted spirit guides. Will they settle in the U.S.? Thanks so much for the 7 likes. I appreciate it. Oh, Spirit says yes in this Hermit card. Hey, Livin' La Vida Laura. How are you, sweetheart? But yes, Shamanta, you will settle in the U.S. Yeah, it's a yes. Can someone type to Shamanta? It's a yes. It's a yes. I don't know if they can hear me. I guess Ari left. I asked her a question. I don't know where she went. I'll ask her next time. So it's going to be important, Shamanta, for you to it's going to be important for you, Shamanta, to seek out, you know, the proper people and the proper avenues for it, okay? And start putting things in order with it now. You might feel a little bit lone in that hermit card on your own with it, but you're not. Okay, let me catch up on the chat real quick. Laura, how are you, sweetheart? Well, you notice the emotions in Maria because David likes you, honey. He's probably wondering the same thing about you. Does she like me more than just as an employer or employee or co-worker? JD, you're trying to find a new job? I'm just trying to figure out how to get paid at my job. What's going on with Newark Airport, Molly? Jagriti. Okay, no, nothing happened and no fight, but me and him are in no contact for more than 5 days now. I want to know if he'll come back. So he won't come back if you keep telling yourself that you're in no contact. Just because someone hasn't contacted you in 5 days, 2 weeks, 1 month, doesn't mean you're in no contact. Okay? Keep telling yourself you're in no contact and you will be permanently in no contact. Why? Because you create with your thoughts. You create with your feelings, and based on your feelings and thoughts, you take actions regarding your actions in regards to your thoughts and feelings. So he will come back, but you absolutely, Jag, gotta change the way you're thinking and feeling about it, sweetheart, okay? JD, yeah, you'll find a new job. Hey, Midnight Blue, how are you, sweetheart? Yeah, you can ask the question about David. Hey, Kushal. Shamanta, right, currently facing kind of situation, alone, lonely. Okay, Shamanta, if you have any questions about the transition of coming to America, let me know. Okay, I know all kinds of stuff about that stuff, all right? My dad is an immigrant from the Greek island of Cyprus, and there are very many avenues to help you come here to the United States to help you settle here. There are many different avenues to help you with that, through education, through a sponsor. You know, maybe you meet someone special, you get married. Or maybe you meet someone who's special and you get married and you don't stay married. Oh, you're welcome, Shamanta. Keep me updated. I scrambled. Did Taj still loves you? Okay, Kushal, it's come as you are. All right, I've got to do Jang's question. I'm gonna pull a card for them. I'm gonna pull a card for Jag. I'm gonna pull a card for Maria. I'm gonna pull a card for. Let me to Laura. I'm good. I miss you. Driving, saw your live. Heart had to click. Oh. Sweetheart, we should get together and chat soon if you're free later. Okay, and I got to do a question for JD. So I don't know if you're still there, Jag, but Spirit, will Jag's person come back? I'm calling forth their most trusted and strongest spirit guides. Will Jag's person come back to them? You know, just keep telling yourself, you know, keep sending them the telepathic message, please come back to me. And they will. But you gotta stop that no contact shit. Okay? You gotta stop it. Stop telling yourself negative shit that's not happening and it's probably not even gonna happen. Okay, so yeah. So, Jag, yes. Temperance, the angel in the Temperance card is telling you yes. This person will come back. You see the 2 of Cups of love, right? But you gotta be kind and gentle to yourself, kind and gentle to your thoughts, and have some patience. Okay, have some patience, please. Keep me updated. I'm here for you. Thank you for your like and subscribe. I'll be thinking about you. Let me know how it goes. Okay, JD. Spirit, what does JD need to know? Will JD find a new job? Will JD find a new job? You know, I think in the last reading, There was something about you getting a new job. Even if you had to go and create it for yourself, JD. Spirit, what does JD need to know? Will they find a new job? Oh god, it's a creepy car. I'm just driving slowly and stopping in front of houses. Spirit, what does JD need to know about finding a new job? Yes, you will find a new job. You got the world card here. So JD, yes, you will find a new job, and it will bring you a lot of peace and joy to your world, and may even have something to do with the world. Maybe you're going to start working for an airline like Molly instead of whatever it is you're doing. I don't know why I said that. I guess because people fly around the world. Keep me updated, JD. Okay, so, who's next? Maria. It cut out like when you said that. How funny. I mean, maybe the spirits don't want us to talk, say like what LOL. Yeah, I noticed that my live paused for a minute. That is so weird. It's probably just my internet. The bill is late, so they will siphon my energy. But I'm gonna contact you in a little bit, Laura, after the live. Okay, so Maria wants to know. Thanks to the cell situation, he saw how I had his name on my cell. Does he have feelings for me? Spirit, does David have feelings for Maria? I'm pretty sure he does. Spirit, what does Maria need to know about that? I'm calling for Maria's most strongest and trusted spirit guides. What does Maria need to know about David? Does David have feelings for Maria? Yeah, he does. David does have feelings for you, Maria, and those feelings do bring him joy. Okay. So yes, David has feelings for you. He might even be feeling that you're the next right thing for him. Are you still there, Kushal? Are you still there, Kushal? Yeah, I have always seen some things in your future with David, but you know, they might not be right for you. You know, and just because I see the future, you know, it doesn't mean that it's right for somebody else. Even if it feels like right for me. You're welcome, Maria. Keep me updated. I'm gonna take a nap now. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna take a nap. Even though I really want to go back to bed, but I got a lot of work I gotta do tonight before I have to go back to bed. And I'm gonna be back later on the live. You know, you could always get a XXX love reading on him to get into his really deeper feelings and emotions about things, if you wanted to, in the not too distant future. And the reason I say the XXX love reading is because it's a different deck of cards, which is the same regular deck of cards I would use in the 1111 love reading, but you know, it's the sexual magical tarot, which is a lot more deeper and introspective compared to, say, just the regular Rider's White deck. And like I've said before, and I know Molly has experienced this, I have experienced this, I know Laura has experienced this, even if she doesn't remember it. And I know that you have experienced it too, Maria, where there's just something about those cards. They don't lie. They do not lie. And every prediction I've gotten from those cards scarily came true. Like, quickly, too. It's very... Those cards kind of freak me out a little bit. Hey, Raiden, welcome back to the Chammy. How are you? What happened to that guy or girl that was like spamming the chat? There you are. Yeah, Kushal, are you ready for your card, dear? Welcome back. Spirit, I'm calling for Kushal's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. Will Kushal know or feel or experience what they need to know about this person still loving them? Does this person on their mind still love them? How was my day? As boring as a snail. After the oncology visit, I went to bed. I had insomnia all night, couldn't sleep, and did get a little nap before going to take my dad to see the oncologist, but Spirit, I'm calling for Kushal's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. Does their person that's on their mind still love them? Does the person on their mind still love them? Does the person that they're asking about still love them? So you've gotten 3 no's. So I don't know if it's that Spirit is picking up on the fact that you feel they don't love you, Kushal, or they really don't care. Okay? You've gotten the moon, you've gotten the tower, you've gotten death. So what would I say about the moon, tower, and death? There's a lot of mystery and transformation going on within whatever your connection is. This person probably doesn't even love themselves, so how can they love you? All you can do is try to get your thoughts not so scattered about it, and start thinking about how you want them to feel about you. How do you want them to feel about you? You want them to love you? You got to get in that state of mind that they do. And you will start to see the love, I promise. Okay? If it's not the love from them, you'll start seeing the love from within you and love from many others. See, your self-love and your self-happiness and your self-respect make you more romantically attractive. So do the work. As within, so without. You know, what's going on within is usually what reflects back from people in the world. So keep me updated. I'm here for you. Thank you so much for your like and subscribe. I appreciate it. You showed a friend and they thought it was cool. Right on. Thank you so much for showing your friend. I appreciate that. I don't know that I'll do Spirit Box or REM Pod tonight because when I do the live later tonight, I'm not going to be doing the live from my desk. I'm going to be doing the live from the couch because I can't even, I had insomnia last night, so I kind of tore my desk area up because I want to reorganize it and I want to clean it up a little bit from the clutter. And so I've got a lot of stuff I need to do with my Etsy, my eBay, and my Depop accounts because I need to get some stuff out of this house and get it sold. And I need the desk area for that kind of stuff. And I'm trying to make a pair of fairy wings. I spent like 5 years trying to make a pair of fairy wings. Hopefully I'll finish them soon. Is it okay if I ask what's osmio? What do you mean? I guess we'll ask Dr. Google. What do you mean? Oh, he's asking about insomnia. I was like, okay. Insomnia, yeah, insomnia, yeah. But osmio is actually a real word. So, in the context, refers to a chemical element, osmium. It's a hard, brittle, bluish-white metal belonging to the platinum group and is known for its high density and durability. The name osmium comes from the ancient Greek word osmi, meaning smell. So at first I was like, At first, I thought that you were like asking me, is it okay if I ask what smells? What smells? I don't know. The graves, the dead leaves. It does smell like fall out here. And it feels like it too. And then I thought you might be asking about what is osmosis. Yeah, insomnia is like where you can't sleep. Like last night when I started the live, I was really, really tired. And then we had done this. I think I'm drained out today because we did so much yesterday and the night before with the REM pod and the spirit box. And one thing that's really important in regards to REM pod and spirit boxing is getting enough sleep, and making sure you've eaten something and you're well hydrated. Because what happens to many of us mediums is we're using a lot of energy to communicate and be a vessel for that kind of thing. I mean, and it's even more ridiculous when we do Essie's method. Like, I really have to make sure I've slept, had a good meal, had a coffee, so I don't pass out afterwards. It makes me very tired. And then not getting paid for it, it depresses me, to be honest. But I don't care about the payment. I mean, if somebody wants to give me a donation, great, but, really just want to help people. With the spirit box and the REM pod. I used to take $5 donations for it, but I don't anymore. But if somebody does want to donate for it, that's great. I do also include it in my grief counseling sessions with tarot cards and oracles if somebody feels they need those. Why can't people at my job fucking read? Because they probably can't even write cursive or read it too. That's why. God, my friend the other day, she said, I asked her, I'm working on my books actually, and I'm trying to translate For the Love of Cyprus into Italian and Greek, so that within the Kindle UK, Amazon website, you can download the book in English, Greek, or Italian. So I've also been working on that a lot, and it's been making me very tired as well. Translating, and I asked my friend the other day, I asked her, what do you prefer to read, like Kindles or actual real books? She said that Kindle is okay, but if that makes her feel like she's straining her eyes a lot, which I can agree with that. It gave me total headache creating the Kindle version of my book, For the Love of Cyprus. And she told me she's reading about 2 or 3 books, but she's kind of just put them down and she's not finishing them because she says she just doesn't, she hasn't had the will to finish them or the time or something like that. I said, now wait a minute. I said, let me remind you of something. Let's go back in time before internet was a place, and when we were kids, and as well as I do, and y'all might remember this as well. Even if internet did exist and does like it does today, I think that if you get a really good book, okay, you can't put it down. You're gonna be on the toilet. What's next? You're gonna be cooking dinner. What's next? You're gonna be trying to drive and read that book. It's so good, and as well as I do, I love books. I love to read books. I love to write books. But if there's a good book and you want to finish it, you won't finish that bitch because it's that good. Especially reading the book before bedtime. Like, that's one of my favorite things to do is read a good book before bed. And one of my favorite books is it's actually a young adult book called The Silver Kiss, which actually inspired my song, The Silver Kiss. I wonder if that book author is still around. I wonder if she would like to hear that song. You still want to try to take Amtrak up to Greensboro? My God, girl. I looked at the prices. So I looked at the prices on flying to New England to see my friend this summer on JetBlue and on What's that other one that's super cheap? I don't know. I got prices like $200, $300, $400 for round trips. I looked at United. I looked at Amtrak's prices for that, and I was like, I cannot believe that shit. Like how expensive it is. I'd like to go see my friend Janine, and I'd like to go see my friend Allison. That's your mom's favorite book? What book? I mean, have you had the Zeus god come through? Sorry if it's them. Oh, well, Zeus is probably like my great 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 grandfather. We're totally related to Zeus, this family. What's your mom's favorite book again? I think Twilight was a better book than movie. I would have rather seen somebody else play the character. I didn't, when I read those books, I didn't really imagine Kristen Stewart as Bella. Isn't that weird? Hey Raymond, how have you been? Welcome back to the haunted house. Oh, The Silver Kiss? Your mom knows about the book The Silver Kiss? Wow, I didn't know anybody who knows about that book. What's your question, Raymond? Yeah, I love the book. And then I love all the books from V.C. Andrews. I've read them all. I've read all of V.C. Andrews' books. I've read all of Anne Rice's books. There's another book that's my favorite. It's called A Moment in Time. God, what is that girl's... Who wrote that book? A Moment in Time? God, it was such a good book. It's not by A Moment in Time. Okay, maybe if I put A Moment in Time romance novel. Ooh, and I really love the book called Downtown, which is about Atlanta. Yeah, I love the book A Moment in Time from Beatrice Small. Oh my God, that is such a good book. I just love that book so much. So good. A Moment in Time, a romantic suspense novel. I love writing romantic suspense novels or romantic historical horror. A well-written romance with plenty of mystery and parts to keep the reader wondering if this duo will end up together, if their relationship will dissolve. I love Stephen King books. I have a lot of Stephen King books I've read too. Yeah, you can post a question. Will you hear from Fabiola tonight? Spirit, what does Raymond need to know about that? Will they hear from this specific person tonight? Calling forth Raymond's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. Spirit's saying it is very possible that you might be lucky with her reaching out tonight. Okay? You guys might not know where you're going, but you will be moving forward either way. Alright, I probably need to go here in a minute. If anybody would like to make a donation or anybody would like to get a free yes or no question, help a girl out. I'm starving. But yeah, Stephen King books were good. I really liked it. I think it was better than the movies. The book was better than the movies. I guess I got into it because my mother had an experience like that when she was a little girl. And it's interesting because, to me, because Stephen King wrote the It story based off of something that was really happening like that all over New England and, the North Midwest and the Midwest. There was a hermit that was traveling with circuses, and it's not that they were part of the circus, it's just they made people think they were part of the circus, and they would kidnap children, or in her case the guy came to her window when she was a little girl. Now in old houses like that, they had, you know, big windows that would go all the way down to the floor, and there was a clown that came to her window at night, and she was just laying in bed. I think she was about 9 years old, she said, and it came to the window and was trying to coerce her out of the window and told her that he came from the little clown lamp on her desk. Now, I still have this clown lamp. My hair is standing up on the back of my neck. I still have this Portuguese blue clown glass lamp that she said this thing came from, trying to coerce her out of the bedroom. But when she looked closer, she realized that this was not a clown. This is not a friendly clown. It had razor sharp teeth. And this is like, this creeped me out so much on so many levels. It might be where my agoraphobia started, but she went to go tell her parents. She ran away from the window. She went to go tell her parents. Her parents didn't believe her, so she locked herself in the bathroom all night and slept in the bathtub, she said. The next morning, her stepfather went out to investigate, and there were like feet prints, human footprints with like what looked like bear claw nails in the dirt. So I don't know what it could have been. I don't know if they ever figured out what it was. It never came back though, she said. I know a lot of his books are based off of experiences he's had or true stories that have happened to people or that people have said have happened to them. I really love The Witching Hour from Anne Rice. I do not like the miniseries they created from the Anne Rice novel. I think that it's a poor depiction of her incredible masterpiece of a book. Oh my God. And I really love to listen to the Witching Hour on Audible. It's got really good Audible voice book that you can listen to. And I guess what was weird for me is that the main character in The Witching Hour is a grown woman, you know, who went to like Ivy League schools and, you know, to become this incredible doctor person thing. And I believe she was in some kind of cancer research, or maybe she was a surgeon. I can't remember right now, but maybe she was a surgeon. But she was like the girl who played the main character in the miniseries. She didn't look more than 17 years old. Maybe 22, 23. But I don't know any world-renowned famous surgeons in their early 20s. Does anybody know? Like, that part just didn't make any sense to me. And then Michael, who was her love interest in the book, like, turned into some guy who was... like, it's like they took all the romance between the main character and Michael out of the story. It would have been so much better had they put the romance that is in the book between the main character and Michael. Would have been the miniseries. I could have gone past the fact that she looked like she was 15, playing a 30-year-old, 35-year-old, someone who's pushing 40. Like, it just, it didn't, the miniseries didn't add up to me. Everything was wonderful about the aesthetics, but them changing the story to appeal to young adults really ruined it for me. So, I give it 2 thumbs down, and Siskel and Ebert would agree. Yeah, I don't read the Bible anymore. I have a beautiful blue leather bound Bible with StormieBleuz Haworth on it, in gold, my name. But I've been reading the Bible since I was 4, inside and out. I understand it deeply. There's not a lot of people who do or have, so I have not continued to read it, because what's the point of reading a book that you've read back and forth 100 times and you don't really have anyone to talk to about it? Because nobody really reads the Bible. Nobody really, you know, they'll call themselves Christian, but then You know, they do all kinds of horrible things, you know, because Jesus died for their sins. And they feel that that gives them validation to sin, which is really weird to me in the first place. That's why when like people come in here and they get weird about telling me, you know, they try to tell me off about the tarot cards or whatever it is I'm doing. It's like, whatever. Judge not least you be judged. Do you even know what that means? Like, probably not. One time when I was little, there looked like a clown, really, about 100 yards by a rock that was a clown, it looked like. Well, there's a lot of good stories in the Bible, but unfortunately, the King James version, you know, was rewritten by a horrible, horrible, horrible man. King James is a horrible person. Okay, and if you know about British history, and you know about world history as deeply as I do, you would burn the King James version of the Bible. And I like to stick more to something that includes the New and the Old Testament, but I prefer the Old Testament compared to the New one, really, to be quite honest. And I do not like the King James version of the Bible whatsoever. That's not the Bible. That's some kind of crazy, demonic rewrite on the Bible, in my opinion. Hey, Brian, how are you? Another thing that really disappoints me about the New King James Version and everything, and many of the Bibles have taken many of the chapters that were written by women or about women out of the Bible. So you have like the Book of Enoch. You have so many books, chapters that have been removed. Nobody talks about them. And when they do, you know, it's very rare. Hey, Brian, how are you tonight? How's Amanda currently feeling about you right now? Let's find out. Spirit, I'm calling forth Brian's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. What does Brian need to know about how Amanda's feeling about him right now? She's feeling happy about you. Well, she also may be feeling a little bit lost on her feelings. You know, you do bring her some kind of joy in her feelings. You do bring her some kind of light in this world. But she might be feeling very alone in her feelings and maybe how to express them in this Hermit card. Oh wow, there was a Temperance behind the thing. Kind and gentle, okay? She feels you're also a very, bless you, Frank and Dad. She feels you're a very patient and kind person. Okay? But she might be feeling a little bit lost on her feelings for you. What were you going to say, Dad?
It's 10 o'clock, gonna come in.
Oh, yeah. Let me get you a couple more cards, Brian, on her feelings and thoughts about you. Let's see what you need to know about that. And I'm going to peace out for a little while. I'm going to go finish making dinner and watch the main event on Monday Night Raw Wrestling on Netflix. There's the big main event match championship up for grabs, and Seth Rollins and Jey Uso are gonna fight it out, so I'm really looking forward to that. Some people like baseball. I like soccer, football, and wrestling. Spirit, what does Amanda feel and think about Brian tonight? What does he need to know about her right now? So you make her happy. She feels a little bit lost in her feelings in the Hermit card. She's feeling a little bit alone, a little bit lonely when it comes to her feelings regarding you, because it's like she doesn't quite know how to express them completely. But patience and kind, being gentle, like, and she feels that you are also a very kind, gentle person. Those cards were down, so I'm not going to pick them up, but we will look at them. So yeah, this person feels that you are nurturing to them. You do give them some kind of sense of comfort, and you make them feel like a beautiful person. You make them feel good about themselves. They're waiting around for something magical to happen. And I hope it's not going to be tricks. So that's what's going on with you and Amanda. Or will be going on with you and Amanda. Yeah, I like Sting. I actually have a pass from a gig he did years ago. He signed it for me. It's like a little sticker on the back of my guitar. I used to work for this place that put together stages and arenas and at concerts, and then they'd also do the cleanup called Stage 1 or Crew 1, I can't remember. And we built up his stage and knocked it down for him for some shows he did here in Atlanta. That was years ago, though. Before I was in the car accident and disabled. I hate being disabled because it's every day. It's like it's constant chronic pain. I don't know how. I don't know how I get through it. But hopefully here I can get to a spine doctor soon and figure out what's going on. Thank you guys so much for coming by tonight. Brian, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. Thank you for your likes, your love, everybody who came by to hang out with me tonight. I will be back tonight. I don't know that I'll have the spirit box in the REM pod, but I will be back for tarot and chat. So I appreciate your likes, your love, your subscriptions, your donations. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay? Be good to yourself with your thoughts. Mwah.